All right, guys, welcome to this episode of Maksim Outdoors. This week, we're taking you to Flagstaff, Arizona. This week, we are at Sunset Crater National Monument, and we got volcanoes and snow hiking. What up? What else can you ask for? Let's go. All right, guys, we're back. Another little stop here in Arizona. Today we are at Sunset Crater Volcanic National Monument. Kind of a mouthful, but we're going to be doing 3 very short trails here, and we're starting here at the Trail, which is like 0.2 miles long, and you can see the old remnants of the old lava field here that I'm literally standing on right now. But pretty awesome views of the surrounding San Francisco peaks, also known as the tallest peaks here in Arizona. And we're gonna be checking out everything from volcanoes to lava flows. So it's gonna be a fun little adventure. We got 4 hours to kill up here, so I'm gonna try to see as much of this national monument as we can. So let's go. Alrighty, starting the Trail. I just read the sign, I guess. Comes from Hawaiian, meaning, what was it, sharp rock or something like that. But it is January 13th, and if you pay attention to the channel, you would notice that that's the same day we did Cathedral Rock. So we made the little journey from Cathedral Rock, about an hour and a half north here, right outside of Flagstaff, to Sunset Crater Volcanic National Monument, and starting the Trail here. A little bit of snow on the ground. Pretty warm though, it's like 50 degrees. Sun is starting to shine a little better now that it's later, but really awesome views of this volcanic field here. And in the distance there, you can actually see the old volcano. From what I read, there's over 600 volcanoes here in the San Francisco volcanic field. And that one is the most prominent. From base to peak, it is 999 foot tall. And kind of an interesting history. They wanted to actually blow up the side of that mountain back in the 30s for a movie. They're going to plant tons and tons of dynamite on the side of the cinder cone that we're looking at, all for a movie, and they wanted to simulate like an avalanche. And the local people weren't having it. So within the next year or two, this was a national monument. So basically Hollywood made this national monument, if you think about it. And another kind of funny thing is, back in 2015, people where we are standing right now saw some smoke coming off the top of that peak up there, off that cinder cone. And a lot of people thought it was active and potentially going to erupt. But people eventually found out it was just a forest fire that was on top of the cinder cone. So kind of crazy history here, but literally walking right through this lava field. In terms of like volcanic history, this is a relatively new volcano. It went off in like 1200 BC or something like that. So in terms of volcanoes, it's relatively new. All right, well, that's going to wrap up the trail, if you want to call it that. It took us about 10 minutes, but check out this trail here. It's almost like walking on the beach. I don't know if this is like volcanic ash or cinder, but it feels almost finer than sand. Pretty cool. And I think we got 2 more trails to do here in the park here. So let's get to it. We got 4 hours here, so some awesome giant pine trees. Here's a good view of the volcano before it erupted back in the early 1000s, I guess. And the lava flow kept getting bigger and bigger. Eventually it blew its top and sent all this lava down to this area here where it pulled up basically. And I think they said it's about 60 foot deep in some areas. So it just shows you how much lava actually came out of that volcano we're looking at right there. All right, end of the trail. Not really sure what the next stop is. No, we got 2 left, so not bad. All right, we're at our next stop here. This is actually going to be the longest trail that we're going to attempt today. And I just wanted to show you guys a really good view of the San Francisco peaks there in the distance. Like I said before, the highest peaks in Arizona. And if we pan over here to the left, we're pretty much standing right at the base of the 1,000 foot tall cinder cone. And if we were above it looking down, it would actually look just like a volcano. It has a giant hole up top, and from what I read, you used to be able to climb that, but unfortunately they shut down the hiking to, I guess, preserve the landscape, because hikers were kind of destroying the mountainside there and probably making it erode a little faster than it should have been. So right now hiking's closed to it, but we're about to attempt the lava flow trail here. So let's see, I think it's a mile long, right?
And you could either do the top loop, that's only 0.37 on a concrete surface, and then the rest is 0.75 with rough and loose surfaces.
All right, so a little bit over a mile, but like I said, this is going to be the longest trail of the day. So what do you say?
Let's get going.
Let's do it. Here's a really good view of the cinder cone that erupted 1,000 years ago with a prominence of 1,000 feet. Very easy to remember for a guy like me. But the sign back there said a lot of Native Americans lived around this area, and I guess they noticed animal behavior, maybe deer and whatnot, leaving the area. So they ended up packing their bags too before this erupted. And they said maybe the ground warmed up, but for some reason the Native Americans in this India area knew that it was going to erupt. So a lot of them left, and I don't think there was really any casualties when this erupted. I will say this, we went from one of the most popular, heavily trafficked trails here in the entire state of Arizona, being Cathedral Rock and Devil's Bridge, to feeling like we have this entire national monument all to ourselves. I mean, extremely quiet out here. Really nobody. We've barely even seen another car since arriving here. So if you like solitude, this might be the place to go. And it's absolutely beautiful with all the peaks and whatnot around us. So the sign here says that every single mountain and hill you see around us is actually a volcano, which I did not know. The highest peak of Arizona is over there somewhere, and one of these days I'll climb it, but never knew it was a volcano. And then it also says within the next 100,000 years, whatever, another cinder cone will pop up east of here. I guess these volcanoes slowly move east. Originally, I guess one of the original volcanoes were in Williams, Arizona. So all right, so we are officially meandering our way off of the concrete path up there down into the lava flow here. Looks like the trail wraps up around here, and you get a viewpoint a little bit closer to the cinder cone here. Not really well marked. I'm sure a lot of people probably pass by this and don't really even know this trail exists down here, but looks kind of interesting to check out here. So alrighty, Sam just let me know we are on the, I guess, more difficult route of this trail. And as soon as she said that, we ran into a little snowfield. So kind of funny, we came to Arizona for the warmth, and we're hiking in snow now. And this is like more like ice than anything. So all right, well, we meandered our way through the lava field, almost at the top where we began, but I did want to point out the San Francisco peaks there in the distance. The biggest one right here is Humphreys Peak, the highest peak in Arizona. Tops out at 12,635 feet. So pretty impressive, and even crazier now that I know that all these mountains that we're looking at are also volcanoes. And then just behind us here is the cinder cone. That is 1,000-foot prominence, and if you were standing on the top of the cinder cone, you'd be at around 8,000 feet. So wrapping this trail up here in just a second. Highly recommend it. Very family friendly. You got the concrete sidewalk if you want to take grandma for a spin in her wheelchair, but you're probably not going to take her down here because it's pretty hilly and dangerous. So keep grandma at the top and hang out at the bottom. All right, we're standing right at the base of the cinder cone here, and if you're following along the long portion of the lava flow trail, you'll run into this here known as the spatter cone, or a spatter cone. So back in the day, about 1,000 years ago, all the pressure would have built up from the liquid magma underground, and this would have burst like a pimple and shot up lava out of the ground here. So pretty interesting to say. We're standing right on the base of a spatter cone, which would have shot lava out 1,000 years ago. Here's a little signage for you. Little ovens. So when this lava cooled after it ran out of the cinder cone and the spatter cones, they actually formed a lot of cave systems and whatnot, like lava tubes. And here is an example of one of them here. It's barred off now. I don't know, maybe bats and stuff live down there now, but I'm sure there's all kinds of caves and lava tubes around this area. There's a better look with some quaking aspen in front of the entrance there. But yeah, a lot of quaking aspens and a lot of ponderosa pines here in this area. Back onto some pavement, which means we completed the trail. It was actually a lot of fun. Get to see a lot more of the surrounding peaks as well as the cinder cone. So I would highly recommend this trail. It only took us about 45 minutes, I guess. Did you say?
Yeah.
Did you like it?
Yeah, it was very nice.
Day is winding down. Me and Sam probably have about 10 miles under our belt so far today, and we're gonna finish that up and head on back to Sedona before Sam murders me. Left the lava flow trail, wanted to go to the end of the national monument and check out this overlook here, and wow, it's really worth it. This is Cinder Hills Overlook. Very short drive up here. Not really many spots to park, but this is probably the best view I've seen all day. We're on the back side now of the cinder cone, and you can see some of the other volcanic features here in the foothills. Back on this very loose gravel cinder, I guess. And out in the distance there, that is actually Navajo Indian territory, and there's another national monument up that way. Unfortunately, I won't have the time to do that today, but I did want to show you guys this Cinder Hills overlook. It's pretty remarkable, and you can kind of get a little bit of a glimpse of the cone at the top there. So if you're on top looking down, there's a 300-foot drop off on the top of that cinder cone there. So we're gonna wrap up the video here down in Coconino National Forest, overlooking Navajo Nation there in the distance. This is the Painted Desert Vista, and you can see the cinder cone there in the distance. So it's gonna wrap up this video. Hopefully you enjoyed another little national park video, and if you did, please hit that subscribe button if you aren't already to see more of my adventures. Like the video, leave me a comment or two, and check out my Instagram for sneak peeks on where I'm headed next week, which will be another Arizona video. So see you next week back in Arizona.